night, recording a day in the life of America digitally 24/7. Plus, ever had the urge to spy on your friends? Kevin Rose has a dark tip for you. And add a volume knob for your PC for a mere $5. Live from the Tech TV studios in San Francisco, it's the Screensavers.
Ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Screensavers. I'm Patrick Norton.
And I'm Leo Laporte. Thank you so much. The Meat and Potatoes Show on Tech TV is right here. This is where you get your RDA. What are you doing? What are you doing? You're going to break the dang thing.
We're going to be doing Friday.
This is the tough book?
Reinforced, bulletproof notebooks.
Wow, that is, how much does that weigh?
About 94 pounds.
It looks heavy. It looks very, jeez, you're breaking
Watch
my
the entire
notebook.
table shape.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
But
Today on the show, let's begin by discussing. We got a good show. Just stay tuned. I'm not going to go into the details. You just saw a little rundown. But let's start with the top stories of the day. And this is good if you live in New York, New York. The New York Times today says that Verizon is going to start putting Wi-Fi hotspots in their phone booths.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm not talking about late-night dancing. I'm talking about wireless internet access.
So anywhere you got one of the little walk-up
Although you couldn't
phones.
get much dancing done in a phone booth, really.
Depends on the phone booth and the partner.
Unless you're dancing by yourself. In the words of Billy Idol. They've set up 150 phone booths in New York City. Remember we were talking about phone booths just the other day? Nobody uses them because they all have cell phones. I guess Verizon's figuring, well, we got the real estate. You know, 2 feet by 2 feet.
Well, you know where they have them? They're always like in the lobby of hotels and large business buildings.
Well, now you can, apparently, if you subscribe to Verizon's high-speed internet access, whenever you're near, I guess within a few, say 100 feet of the phone booth, your notebook will light up and you'll be online. You'll also be able to surf the net by just logging in with your password and your ID.
All you got to do is get a third wireless service.
Yeah, I know. It's kind of not, but I guess Verizon's it's in New York City. It's like the most popular cell phone company, right?
Oh, that's cool.
So you might well have their service. And
Very
they say
nice.
they've got 150 booths now. They're going to have 850 more by the end of the year.
All within a 12-mile square area.
Yeah.
I've been like really playing around with the articles and the verbs.
McDonald's McDonald's. New York City is wired. Actually, McDonald's in New York City is wired. They've got Wi-Fi in the McDonald's there. Now you can get Wi-Fi in the phone booth. And by the way, there's enough Wi-Fi just you're wandering through the city. I've never had trouble just anywhere. You're standing, you just get, some guy on the 80th floor has got a Wi-Fi. You just use his.
Share his.
Share his. So it's everywhere. It's
amazing. Man. Reported in Wired News this morning, a group of email marketers are claiming they have been wrongfully blacklisted by not one but 2 popular anti-spam organizations. Could this be our buddy from a couple weeks ago? eMarketersAmerica.org is saying spam prevention early warning system has published false and misleading information about their business practices. eMarketers America is saying this type of marketing is their First Amendment right.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know what? I've actually nearly gone to jail for the First Amendment. And I'm really not sure.
Not their right to send spam.
Spam.
It's commercial speech. It's not as protected as normal, political speech would be. But it's somewhat protected.
It's okay.
That's why it's hard to make a law against spam. Although I think they're going to succeed.
Because you don't want a law against spam. It's going to, shut down other forms.
Right.
of free speech.
Right.
That said, ISPC. But when you say blacklist, right? Basically, they make the mail disappear before it gets anywhere near your inbox. Yeah,
and that's what they're complaining about. These companies, these blacklisting companies, are blocking them basically from using the internet. And I can understand why you'd be mad if you're a spammer.
Well, it's hard to send spam if nobody will accept it.
It does just seem a little bit, I don't know, just? I don't know.
Tell you what,
we'll watch
you
that.
Pay us to read your spam, and we'll accept it joyfully.
There you go. That's a solution.
How's that? Cut me a check. I'll read all the spam you got.
Let's get to our first call of the day from Providence, Rhode Island. Matt is on the line. Hi, Matt.
How you doing, Leo?
Welcome to the show.
Good.
I
saw the segment you had on Monday about the Tivo.
Olaf.
Getting the video from the Tivo.
Olaf Beck was here. Yeah.
Yeah. I was wondering if that was available for the Tivo Series 2.
No, a lot of people asked me that, and I forgot to ask Olaf that when he was. Well, I'll tell you right now, it's not. And I don't know if anybody's yet made one for the Series 2.
Isn't that what the whole media add-on accessory
Well, and that's the
system?
advantage of the Series 2 is that you have more capabilities legally, legitimately. But no, they're never going to allow you to do what Olaf is doing, which is extract the stream from the TiVo and then burn a DVD out of it. I was just, because I knew you were going to call, Joe, I just was looking through, or Matt, I was just looking through the Deal Database forums, dealdatabase.com/forum, where the last kind of bastion of what you're doing is called TiVo extraction. The last bastion of TiVo extraction is, and I don't see anything about doing it from Series 2s. I'm thinking that TiVo Corporation has put stuff in the Series 2 that makes it a little harder to do. You know, they scrambled the Series 1 stuff in a direct TV TiVo, and it took them about the hackers about a month or two to figure out how to reverse that. I'm sure they're working on it, and I'm sure there'll be a Series 2 hack.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So Matt, hold on for a few weeks, and who knows what somebody
just keep
will
watching.
figure out.
The place to check all this stuff, dealdatabase.com/forum. And they have a lot of information there. The AVS community forums are great TiVo forums, but they took off their extraction thread. They don't want anybody to talk about extraction on that.
Are they afraid of getting the entire site shut down?
They are, and I understand why. Deal Database, for some reason, has yet to do that. So this is where you're going to find a lot of information about TiVo video extraction. Not yet, as far as I know, available for the Series 2. And I'm mad because I forgot to ask. This is the one thing I should have asked Olaf when he was here. I'll send him an email and find out for you. Okay, Matt?
Okay, thanks a lot.
Hey, I thank you. Yeah, a lot of people bought the new TiVo.
I just search on TiVo extraction and I got nothing.
Well, you don't even have to search for it. There's actually, if you go back to the, you're in a deal time. There you go.
Oh, I went to the compare prices.
Yeah. If you just go down here, it says TiVo extraction forum. Pretty much everything you'd ever want to know. Now, they had a thread like that on the AVS community forum, and they, for legal reasons, decided not to pursue this. I don't think TiVo's come after anybody yet.
But some people would prefer not to be hunted down.
I think what TiVo, I'm not speaking for TiVo. I suspect they secretly think this is great. It sells TiVos, right? But they know that the movie companies really are paranoid about this and don't want this to happen. Because if you can get a video off of there, especially with a direct TiVo where you haven't even transcoded it, it's coming off the satellite basically, you could then make many DVD copies. And I think movie companies, that's their fear, right? So
that's why they're passing all the super DMCA laws in every
exactly.
state, or at least trying to.
So I think TiVo probably is serving two masters. They're partly owned by Sony. They don't want to really raise the movie company's awareness of this, but at the same time, they don't mind if a few people figure out how to do it. They haven't actively gone after anybody.
Deep, dark TiVo extraction secrets.
Don't go anywhere, folks. Kevin reveals his darker side. This is
awesome.
Yeah, we both love this.
Evil.
Yeah, a little
scary.
A little something we call packet sniffing coming up. And after the break, it smells good, doesn't it? What a day in America it looks like. We're going to see through the eyes of digital cameras. Yeah, it's exciting when the screensavers return. Stay tuned.
I love the smell of packets in the morning.
Well, it's about time this happened. America is such a beautiful, amazing country. Imagine seeing it through the eyes of thousands of digital photographers, amateurs and pros alike, all together at once. Well, soon you can. Joining us is one of the creators of a new project called America 24/7, David Cohen. It's great to have you back, David.
Hey, Leo. Nice to see you.
You created the Day in the Life of America series, right?
With Rick Smolin.
With Rick Smolin.
And we did it all over the world.
Years ago.
Yeah.
What was the first Day in the Life series?
Day in the Life of Australia, 1981.
Yeah.
Turned down.
81?
Yeah.
Holy
I'm old
cow.
as dust. It got turned down by all 35 publishers that we took it to.
What?
So we had to end up printing it ourselves and selling it through the newspapers.
Well, and the rest is history because it was a
And
huge
it went on to
success,
become
right?
a #1 bestseller in Australia.
Now, you've done a Day in the Life of America.
We did. A long time ago.
But this is not.
1986.
This is different. How is this different?
Very different.
What are you doing new?
Okay, here's the thing. What we noticed is that this is the first year that digital cameras are going to outsell conventional cameras.
Really?
And we now have all this big bandwidth on the internet, and we figured out that we could send out 1,000 photographers all around America, 20 in each state approximately. There's a few less in Rhode Island, a few more in California.
Right.
And they could all take pictures and send them to us every day. We'd see them instantaneously. We could have themes for them to shoot every day. And then we'd get like 40 of the best picture editors in the country come out to San Francisco and just work through this wealth of imagery. But wait, we said, look, we've got the capacity. Let's invite every single digital photographer in America.
So not just pros.
No.
Now, in previous years, this has been professional photographers. Now, the last book you were here for, which was
Day in the Life of Africa.
Africa, that's right, had some digital. Or
It
all
did.
digital.
Well, 80%.
80% digital.
It was kind of our hybrid project.
And that was a breakthrough then.
Yeah.
But this is going to be all digital, some amateur, some pro, and instead of a day, it's a week?
It's a week long, And
has the week started?
The week started on Monday.
We're already in it.
We're in it. It's right now, but everyone who's watching this show who has a digital camera, because you've got tech-savvy people here.
Oh, yeah, we got, I mean, they're all digital camera users, yeah.
Come to America24-7.com, America24-7.com. Sign up, shoot now, send us pictures. Now,
we're getting our picture taken right now by Greg Williamson, who's one of the Tech TV guys who's actually taking some pictures for you guys.
Hey, Greg.
So you're gonna have some of us, I think, maybe. Now, not all of them, of course, are gonna get in, right?
An amazing number are going to get in because we're not only doing a national book that's coming out in the fall, but 52 other books, one for every state, the District of Columbia, and New York City. So we will publish something like 10,000 pictures.
How are you going to look through all those pictures?
It's amazing. Well, we
how many photo editors
I'm only going to see them after 40.
40.
But they're from Time and Newsweek.
And they're looking on a computer screen? Is that how they're looking? How are they?
Yeah, they're pulling it off our digital asset management system.
Right. And they're just going through them and saying, I like that one?
Right. Our photographers are out there. They're shooting with these wonderful little Olympus cameras.
That's the one I use. I love that camera.
This is a C4040, but they're using a C5050. Going on to these amazing Lexar.
So even the pros are using the C5050?
Yeah. And
really?
they can use their own cameras as well. But we really like this camera a lot, and it lived up to very difficult.
Did Olympus give you some money?
Olympus gave us some cameras.
All right. But, cameras, all right. Well, that's good.
And Olympus.
But you'd be happy with it.
No, look, we couldn't use them if we didn't like them.
I've been very happy with
They took these things to Africa, and under the worst possible conditions.
Right.
They did a great job, and they're super sharp. They correct for fluorescence. They've got lots of advantages to them.
Monday was Home Sweet Home Day.
Right. We have a theme every day. But
Tuesday, Who Do You Love? I love that.
Yeah.
That could go anywhere, right? And we got some pictures, actually, that already pictures are coming in. This is Home Sweet Home.
We got a few Who Do You Love pictures that we couldn't really show.
Yeah, I bet. Especially from San Francisco. Wednesday, Animal Nation. That could be problematic, too. Thursday, Our Town. Friday, Work Hard, Play Hard. Saturday, Let There Be Art. Sunday, You Gotta Have Faith. And any day from sea to sea, shining sea. So those are suggestions,
but you can shoot whatever you want, whenever you want.
I know Annette, who watches this show, is shooting some stuff for you. It's really cool that...
hey, Annette, thank you.
Now, you're getting a lot of people just who had never had any experience doing this?
Yeah.
We're just saying this is cool.
There's a lot of people who say, you know, I've seen these day-in-the-life books for a long time. This is something completely different. I've got a shot. I can do as well as these guys.
Do they go to... It's not too late to sign up?
Nope.
They go to the website?
You go right here to the website.
Click to participate.
All you have to do here is click to participate. I don't know how fast the system is here. We'll see.
We were having a little trouble earlier, and I think it's
anyway,
all right. It's all right.
Click there to participate, and there's like 7 questions. It's boom,
Okay.
boom, boom, and then you can upload when you shoot your pictures.
Any limit to the number of pictures we can send you?
Yeah. If you're an amateur, you can send us 7 pictures.
Okay, so
pick your 7 best.
Good.
When you do them, they go up through Snapfish. And which is, you know, photo hosting site that's been doing this for a long time.
Rick Smolin took that as
Rick
his baby.
Smolin that's Rick Smolin's baby.
That's such a great picture. I love that in the glove, the giant glove hand.
There you go. You're in. You sign up. And that's it. That's all you have to fill out.
It's very simple. Now, they don't get paid for their pictures, we should say.
If we use them.
They get
some really cool Adobe software.
This is a good program. I like this, the Photoshop album.
Photoshop album.
Maybe Photoshop?
Yeah, I believe they get a version of Photoshop.
Cool.
If you get the cover of the book, you get Photoshop album, Photoshop, an Olympus camera, an Epson printer, blah, blah, blah.
So there is a little competition.
Yeah, there you go.
And I see 10 free prints from Snapfish for signing up.
There you go.
So you have a chance.
That's just for signing up. You don't see anything.
Because you're creating a Snapfish account.
Yeah.
www.america24-7.com. When is the final book? First of all, there's going to be a website and a book?
There'll be a website. There'll be a traveling exhibit.
Oh, an exhibit, too?
Yeah, there's video being done right now. And there's going to be...
Oh, you got this all
53 books.
When's the first book come? The first book is going to be the big one, right?
Yeah.
When's that come out?
That's going to come out this November.
Okay.
The rest of them are going to come out. We have like almost a year to do those. They come out in October 2004.
This is so great.
What were we thinking of?
Well, but you know what I love about it is digital photography does make it possible for everybody to take some amazing pictures. And what better way to document America than to have the people of America do it? Here's the process that somebody... This is what you're going to be going through, right? So somebody shoots the pictures.
Yep. These are our pros. These are
editors here are looking
our
at
amateurs. They come in through here, the FTP site. We edit, mission control. They go out. They make a TV documentary exhibit. Oh my God!
Posters, books, everything.
You're mad, I tell you.
This was not what you went out with to raise money, I'm sure.
No, we wouldn't have raised a
You're
cent.
insane, David Cohen. Well, I'm glad you're doing it, and I cannot wait to see. I've always loved the Day in the Life books. This is going to be an amazing project. I can't wait to see all the pictures.
Oh, thanks for having me.
Yeah, you must be having fun.
Sometimes.
Yeah, you're exhausted, but you're having fun.
Thanks.
You want to know more about this? In fact, you want to do it? You can. It's not too late. David said he wants 700 people to sign up tonight.
The people the office, when they knew I was coming on this show, they said if you don't convince 700 people to do this, this has been a failure.
Oh my God!
Hey,
We don't want
Leo's
that.
here. We're gonna get 1,000.
We don't want a failure. Well, let's go for 1,000. We want all of you to sign up. Send them 7 pictures. Who knows? You know, you could be a published photographer at screensavers.com. And good luck to you. And I can't wait to see the result. Come back when it's almost done and show us what you've done.
Always a pleasure.
Thank you, David. Always a pleasure to have you on. Welcome. Stay put. Our next caller wants a budget plasma screen for his computer. Is there such a thing? Coming up next. Ever want to read your friend's email or instant messaging conversation? Find out what your folks are doing when they're surfing late at night? You can. Kevin shows us how in tonight's Dart Tip right after this break. Welcome back to the Screensavers. You know, every time you view a web page, you send an email, you chat with a friend, somebody could actually be watching that traffic. They do it with something called a packet sniffer. Here to explain it all, our dark side guru, Kevin Sniffer Rose. Hello, Kevin.
Thank you.
Do you sniff?
I do.
Really?
But just packets.
Only
Only packets.
Well, that's good to hear.
Only the good stuff.
What is packet sniffing?
Well, packet sniffing is, let me explain to you with the chalkboard here.
Okay.
Basically, what people don't understand is every time they access a web page, every time they send an email, it doesn't go directly just to the server. It's a broadcast. It goes
Right.
to multiple machines. It passes through all different types of hubs and routers and switches to get there. So what packet sniffing is there's little bits of information, little packets that go out to the web every time you go to a server.
Right.
And what sniffing is as a hacker or a system administrator, you just capture those packets of other users.
It's like a wiretap.
It's a wiretap, basically.
Okay.
Every time you send an email, I'm capturing those email packets and then reconstructing them into something I can view or see.
Is it difficult to do? I mean, do you have to do anything nefarious to sniff?
Well, it has been in the past. In the past, there's been packet sniffers that just show you the raw packets, and I'll show you what those look like.
Right.
But right now, I'm going to show you a tool that we can use to actually decode the packets so we can actually see usable information.
This is a tool pros use, not hackers.
Yeah, this is a tool network administrators. Well, hackers could use it too, but
it's for network administrators.
It's definitely for network administrators.
It's $1,000.
Yes,
All right.
it's pricey. Let me show you it here. This is Iris.
There's stuff going on right now.
Yeah, there's actually, well, right now I have Yoshi and Prager over there.
This is easy because we're within
Surfing.
our own Ethernet network. Ethernet is truly broadcast. So
Right.
basically, any machine on an Ethernet network can see what other machines are saying.
Exactly. All I had to do was plug this machine into the network. I didn't have to install any software on their computer whatsoever.
Right.
And so it's capturing all these packets here. And then what I'm going to do is I'll click on the decode button here. See this decode button over in the far corner here? We'll click on that. And what that's going to do is that's going to break down each individual IP address. So these are individual IP addresses here.
Okay.
And it's going to break down the traffic that was just decoded within that IP address.
So there's an HTTP.
Here's an HTTP over 80.
That
so
means
we know
there's
that
a web page
We know
there.
that's web page traffic. So we'll start at the beginning here, and I'll click on one of the packets. If you see this little icon right here, that means that the packet has been successfully captured and can be decoded. So if I scroll down
wait a
here,
minute. Whoa, that's the page?
there's the page that either Yoshi or Prager was surfing here just a minute ago.
Oh, wow.
So I was able to capture that. And also, this works for other things too. Check this out. This is even cooler. If we go to email here,
That's SMTP, so
that's
you're looking at email.
SMTP. We click on this here.
You can read their email.
Now this is what the raw packets look like. So if you take a look at that there,
There's
that
the
doesn't
hex
look like
on the left and the ASCII on the right.
There's not a whole lot we can get out of that there unless we like really decode it. But if we click on HTML here and then click on this little email icon, watch what happens.
It opens it in Outlook.
The email in Outlook. So this was the actual email that Dan sent to Yoshi saying make more mods. And I can even reply to this email that I captured. Even though I didn't send it, I had nothing to do with it. I was just like browsing in to see what they were doing.
Wow.
Isn't that amazing?
So this not only captures the raw data, but does a lot to translate it.
Exactly.
Wow.
On traditional packet sniffers, all you would see is that raw data, whereas this has the decoding features.
Wow.
So that
now, how do I keep people from doing this to me?
Well, that's a good question.
That's the next question, right?
Well, the most important thing you can do is actually to go out and buy a switch, because that means it's not being broadcast to everyone on your network.
Right.
It just goes to the individual machine.
Well, for instance, people who are on cable modem networks sometimes are vulnerable to this because they're really on one big LAN in their neighborhood.
You know, it's funny you mentioned that. I had somebody that was on a cable modem, a friend of mine that was running this, and he was seeing other packets from his neighbors.
His neighbors, because you're on one big Ethernet LAN.
Exactly. So he was seeing their instant message conversations and things like that.
A lot of cable companies are doing stuff to avoid that, including putting switches in so that it kind of narrows down the field of view.
Definitely.
But that's a good point. If you're on a cable modem, it might be something to be aware of. And certainly if you're within a corporate Ethernet like this without any segmentation, you can see everything that's on the Ethernet.
It's funny, I went up to our 5th floor, our main headquarters, and I installed this software and I was playing with it, and there's 100-some users out there on that floor.
You saw everything.
I saw everything. I was reading people's emails, seeing people's instant message conversations.
Don't tell people that!
Well, no, they were upset, but I had to test it out.
Now, if it was Wi-Fi, if it were wireless, even the same thing. You go into it, as soon as you're within range of a wireless network, you've joined the network, and this is why people say this is bad to borrow Wi-Fi, because potentially you could also packet sniff it.
There's another program out there called AirSnort that is a wireless packet sniffing program that's used just for that. It's for sniffing out packets. It's pretty crazy.
The only real way to be safe is to encrypt the traffic that's going out. Now, if you're on your home banking page or you're in a secure transaction, you can't read that stuff.
Can't read that. I would just see encrypted garbage that I wouldn't be able to decode.
So if you're using VPN or you're encrypting in some way, that will protect you against this. But the truth is, people don't expect anybody to be sniffing.
No, they don't. They don't expect you to be sitting out there just watching all the packets that are coming in.
What's the name of this program?
The name of this program is Iris. Now, the cool thing about it, like you mentioned, it's $1,000 to buy the program, but they have a free 15-day trial download.
Oh, really?
So this is really cool for people that just want to learn about packet capturing and how to decode packets, and you can really get in there and just figure this stuff out. It's a great learning tool.
That's a good way to approach it. It's a learning tool. Don't use it to hack, but you can learn a little bit.
Definitely.
About what makes up a packet. There's a whole lot of stuff.
Oh, there's so many options in here and reports, and you can put different limitations on it that you can only sniff certain types of traffic. It's just a great piece of software.
You got an article on the website?
I have an article on the website, and also, like you mentioned, I put some tools in there that users can go to, like secure instant messaging tools, things that they can do to encrypt their traffic so they can actually stay safe. So if you're worried about actually being hacked with something like this, I got some tools for you as well.
Can you watch? Can you see what they're doing?
Yeah, they're
on
up to
Instant
no
Messenger
good right now. We can go and decode that.
Are they in Messenger? You can look at their instant message.
We can look at their.
So you can actually see their conversation.
Yeah, here's each individual instant message that's just going
sending
across.
Back and forth. Oh man,
and we can
got them. They're busted.
We can get their passwords, whatever you want to do.
Spy on your friends, or learn how to protect yourself from your friends who are spying on you. Go to thescreensavers.com for more information. And Kevin's got a great article there. Don't go anywhere, folks. You're going to miss Patrick. He's got a cool volume knob for your PC, a way to turn up and down the PC for under $5. And coming up next, Richard's on the line, wants a plasma screen for his PC.
Plasma?
Plasma? Are they worth it? Can you get them? We'll find out. But first, get web savvy. Here's Jessica's tip.
You are a powerful guy, Kevin.
Isn't
a powerful
he amazing?
Guy.
Scary.
Wow. So how many of you out there are voyeurs? Even if you're not, you can still enjoy the Screensaver spy cams. Like that one right there. Hi guys. Yeah. From our website, you're going to want to click on the Screensaver spy cams right here. So you're going to click on right there. And now you'll be able to check out what's happening at the Jib Cam, at the Nook, and the always very interesting. Uh-oh, that's the wrong one. the Sarah Cam. The Sarah Cam is also very interesting. Sorry guys, I clicked on the wrong thing. But like this morning, putting on eyeliner. More screensavers coming up.
Welcome back to the Screensavers. I'm Leo Laporte.
And I'm Patrick Norton. And it's your turn again. They changed up the rhythm on me and all blew apart.
Coming up in this half hour, get a super cheap volume knob for your PC. Actually, it's kind of not what you would think. It plugs into your sound card, and it's going to another thing, and then you put the thing on the sound card.
And the volume goes up and down.
Volume goes up and down. Pat did this all by himself.
I'm a sad little creature.
$3 in parts.
I don't know if it was $3. Depends on whether you got a good scrounge box.
All right. And we're going to tell our next caller how to travel digitally.
Digitally.
Hey, have you registered yet for this week's Screensavers LAN Party powered by NVIDIA?
Why, yes. Yes, I have.
That would be a rhetorical question since you get to play every week. But for you out there...
Well, only when I can pry you out of the seat.
Well, you're going to do it this time because I'm not very good at this one. It's
actually neither of us are very good at this
Battlefield 1942. I'm more of a Quake and UT guy. This is the demo version, so you don't have to buy the program. In fact, if you bought the program, don't use it. You've got to use the demo version. And you must apply all the patches to be able to play with us this coming Thursday. It is not too late. This is your last chance, though, because we'll send out invitations tonight after the show. Go to thescreensavers.com, click on Join Our LAN Party. You can register there. Once you're registered, and we get thousands of registrations each week, we'll pick a random number of you to play in the game. Actually, the number's not random, but you are random.
Yes, I am random.
We'll see you Thursday for the Screensavers LAN Party.
Powered by NVIDIA.
Richard on the phone from Middle Village, New York. Hey, Richard.
How you doing?
Oh, we're great. What can we do for you?
Yes, I'm looking for a high-definition progressive scan plasma screen to take the place of a high-resolution LCD.
On your computer?
PC.
On your computer?
Yeah, for a gaming PC.
For gaming, not for TV. Now, you got to understand that all computer monitors are progressive scan.
Right.
They're not interlaced.
They have an almost infinite number of resolutions compared to anything else on the planet.
So in a way, you might be better off with a good computer monitor than a plasma screen that's intended for TV.
Let's take that back. Why do you want a plasma screen, Richard?
Well, LCDs are not very good for gaming.
Some LCDs. I'll even go so far as to say the majority of LCDs, the NECs we're actually using on the set here,
they're great.
Incredible quality. It's basically it's almost like if the LCD doesn't refresh fast enough, if it's playing video or anything with a lot of motion in it, video games, you get tearing and ripping and other unsightly. So you think a plasma is going to be faster?
Well, plasma panels are used for video. And,
I mean, I think if you don't want to use an LCD, you should probably use a CRT, which is going to be as good as any plasma you could get. What's your budget on this? Because that's the other thing. Plasmas, as you know, are very expensive.
Well, I was thinking around $2,500.
Are you looking for something for him?
I'm looking. I got to be honest with you. Hey, you can hit it too.
Wow! I've been hitting my computer, but not because I want to.
Because you're trying to.
Broken.
That's so sad. We're having iBook issues, Richard.
No, there's the connectors mess up. Never mind.
Okay, three things. One, plasmas burn in, right? So all the plasmas we've used on the set here, for example, that very plasma right there in the corner now has a permanent Screensavers logo.
Well, and now it's even worse. It's got Screensavers and Martin Sargent's Unscrewed logo.
Well, there you have it.
There you have it.
Double logo burn. Okay.
So there's one reason it's a bad idea.
So if you like leaving the same thing on your desktop for a few months, even if you only use it for a couple hours a day.
All the time.
Exactly. Or you'll have to have something that cycles in and changes that constantly.
That's right. This would have burned it in by now.
That's a little scary. Okay. 2, they're incredibly expensive. 3, I don't think the image quality on a lot of plasmas is anywhere near in line with what the price of them are.
I agree with you. I agree with you.
And the 4, I don't think I've seen a 25-inch plasma since they were having issues actually getting plasmas to scale up to the size they wanted to use for full-size TVs.
Now they're all big.
Right.
Yeah.
So
I mean, you could probably get a little one. I think you're going to do better, Richard, if you're not happy with LCDs because you don't feel like the refresh rate's sufficient. Getting a CRT, they're going to be progressive scan. They're going to have higher resolutions than any plasma. You understand? Right. 1600 by 1200 is routine, whereas on a plasma, that's really high. Because I mean, HD TV is 1080i progressive or 1080i interlaced or 720 progressive, right? 720, not 1600. So there's a big difference. And I think you can get for well under $1,000 a 20-inch or how big can you get on a
24
inch?
Probably, for $1,500 a 24-inch maybe. For well under $1,000, you can get the best 21-inch flat pan or best virtual flat glass CRTs that you're going to be able to get. It's not going to be 4 inches thick, but it's going to look great. The NECs we've been using.
Now, I'm sure there are people out there who are using plasmas with their computers.
Right.
And if you are, and you'd like to share your experience with us, why don't you email Jessica, and we will pass some of those messages along. Is it Jessica at techtv.com?
Jessica at techtv.com.
Okay, and she
really
always is. Oh, you can go in the chat room. She's monitoring the chat room.
I'm in there right now.
What are you?
Come talk to me, guys.
Big Red?
I'm Big Red J.
Big Red J.
Yeah.
In the Tech TV chat.
A cartoon character.
So if anybody's using a plasma, we'd like to know what your experience is. I mean, maybe we're all wet. Maybe Richard's on the right track. Jessica at techtv.com or Big Red J in the chat room, and let us know.
We're full of it.
Message boards too, where they tell us we're full of it every single day.
What about the Samsung?
Now I bought the Samsung. You mean this LCD?
Right.
I bought the Samsung 19-inch, and I'm very happy with it. I play Unreal Tournament and all the games on it. And I don't see any problem with it at all. So, and what are these monitors? These are NEC. What's the model number on these monitors, Kevin or Yoshi? The NEC monitors that we're using for the LAN party?
They're 1880
18 inch.
SXs.
And they're good, aren't
18
they?
inches.
Yeah, they're great. 1880 SX.
You don't see any tearing or slowdowns or anything. The refresh rate's good on those?
You
They're
can
good
move
as well
windows
as the
around,
CRTs.
and I'll show you here.
That's
Just
why
like-
NEC gave them to us.
Yeah, they're
Look
great.
at that. Go ahead, do that again.
See how fast
Wow.
that refresh is really great.
In our unofficial testing, Richard. So, yeah, I mean,
We've been playing, Unreal Tournament. And
nobody's
Quake and everything
complained
else
yet.
on those,
Not in the LAN party. Thanks for the call, Richard. We appreciate it.
good question.
And we'll have some more, I think by the end of the show, we'll have some more input on that, too. Hey, stay where you are, folks. Steve's on the line. He's lost. He wants to put GPS on his computer.
We can do that.
You are the king of GPS. Global positioning system on your
volume
PC.
knobs.
And volume knobs for under $5. Pat's going to show you how. All right, $12. How much?
Who knows?
When the screensavers comes back. Love that picture of George Lucas with Alec
Not a clue.
Guinness. Thank you.
Is that who that
Thank you,
was?
Robin. Yeah, Obi-Wan
Star
Kenobi.
Wars.
Yeah, they're sitting there.
Got it.
That's such a great picture.
It just brings back the memories when
So-
I didn't hate Star Wars.
Yeah, well, there
I
was
still
no
love
Jar
Star
Jar
Wars.
Binks then.
There you have
Nobody
it.
would say, is George Lucas sitting next to Jar Jar. I love that picture of the two of them.
Speaking of things that you
Yes.
love,
What is that?
even better
It's a
than Jar
knob.
Jar Binks. All right, I like music. I don't like buttons. I'm a child of the 70s. I like volume knobs.
Yeah, but there's nothing like a volume knob. It
No.
gives direct connection to what you're doing. You're
It's
turning it up
tactile.
and turning it down. Yeah. We still say turn it up, turn it down, even if you're pushing a
We
button.
don't say button it up or button it
No,
down.
right.
So here's the thing.
Yes.
I got a stereo at home. I got spare speakers here. The speakers are never, if there's a knob on the speaker, they're never within reach. So I decided to build a volume control I could plug in between the sound card on one end and the speakers or the amp on the other end.
So you don't have to turn it up on the computer or
No.
on the amp. You do it right in this little. Now this is interesting because this is not an amplifier.
No.
This is
it's
just
not
a
an amp.
knob.
It's just, basically, here's what I did.
It's a passive knob.
Here's what I did. It's a passive knob, Leo. Aren't
Yes.
they all?
I don't know. I've
At
seen some
this
pretty
point-
active knobs in my time.
I'm not even touching that
Okay. Well, I was a DJ.
one. You were
Yes,
you?
I was.
Here's what we did. I took a regular headphone extension cable.
Okay.
Right? So there's 1/8 inch,
You broke that thing.
Quit laughing! People are losing it on the set. So basically, took the regular 1/8 inch plug and an 1/8 inch phono jack, right?
Yeah.
And cut the cable in half and inserted a potentiometer. The potentiometer, which is that ugly little thing right there,
That's the knob.
that's the knob. That's the thing that controls potentiometer, actually.
Potentiometer.
I always say potentiometer
I'll
because
tell you, in radio we call them pots.
POTS. That's the short for it.
Yep.
Not to be confused with capital POTS, which is plain old telephone service.
No, this is another kind of pot.
So basically, though, what you do is you wire in there, and this is the only really tricky part is actually correctly wiring. It's getting stranger and stranger, isn't it?
Yes.
People are giggling all over the studio, folks, and we can't tell you why. So if you take a look at this,
I'm going to check my fly. Oh, okay.
his talent moves, looks to the back, checks. So, but basically, though, you have 3 knobs on there, and what I did, my one big mistake on this is I didn't realize is in the cable I picked, the black wire there is actually the ground.
That's not usually the case.
Well, no, I'm an idiot.
Oh, okay.
It happens.
But it's important you know where. So what is the?
Yeah.
Okay, so
Well,
there's.
what happens with the ground, right, is you ground one end, and you put the input on the other side, and the output, which is those wires there, in the middle. We refer people to the website for this kind of stuff.
Yeah,
as much
yeah.
fun it is to try to point out how to
Right.
wire a potentiometer, or a potentiometer, or pot.
When do we put the cushion feet on? Because
We put the cushion feet
That's
on
what
at
I'm
the end.
excited about. Okay.
I can peel these off and let you put more feet on.
Oh, you put them on the box.
It's all about the cushion.
Oh,
feet,
you got a
yeah.
box. Oh,
I
that's
got a
cool.
box. Actually,
All right.
I picked this one up. Basically, I picked up the cable, the pot. They have all kinds of 1/4 inch knobs that fit onto the.
So you could do this for as little as a few dollars, but in
Yeah.
fact, you probably spent what, 15, 20
I
bucks?
probably spent like 12.
Because you bought up a little box.
But if you
and-
got if you got a cable, you could use a soda can for the box. Doesn't really
Right.
matter as long as you're, soda can. The other thing you do is actually take the pots out of old stereo equipment.
Right.
Just make sure it doesn't say Marantz or Macintosh, or don't rip apart a classic $4,000 amp.
They have such nice pots. The ones where you touch them.
And they go zing. That's what I'm looking for. I just don't want to tear apart a $1,500 amp to get that.
I wish that they should have a pull-apart place like they do for cars, but for old stereo equipment. Yeah.
Yeah, but basically,
pick and pull.
I just love Antichrist.
I feel like they're in the room with us.
You know they are. Exene Cervenka, it's good stuff. Anyhow, change I'd like to make. I'm going to play around with potentiometer values on this, potentiometer values, and because it's 100K ohms.
So basically, it's a variable resistor that you can turn up and down.
One last thing, if you're shot for somewhere, make sure it's a stereo pot, and also
stereo, because otherwise you need two of them.
And there's a couple different kinds. They sell linear taper, which means it goes from like 0 to 100 across the single turn of it. There's also audio taper. What audio taper does is like the first 15% of the volume takes like 50%.
It's more like logarithmic. So
exactly.
So use the audio one, right?
Use the audio ones. Otherwise, it gets really loud, really quick.
Fast. Got it. Not linear, audio.
Audio.
All the parts lists and everything on the
We've got an article up on the website. Peruse it to your heart's content.
Wiring diagrams. I always get nervous when I see Patrick breaking out the soldering iron.
But don't forget the power drill.
Well, that's a whole other story. Let's check in with the fine folks over at Tech Live to see what's coming up tonight. Michaela Pereira on the Tech Live said, hello, dear.
Are you two up to no good over there?
You can tell. Every time I see soldering and stuff, I think Patrick's going to get...
And all sorts of, yeah. Reminds me of going to the dentist. Can I just tell you something? A very nice producer from your show, Ken Marcus, came over here and asked me if I'd like to see the Matrix with you guys tomorrow morning.
Can you come with us?
I can, but Lindsay, David, Brendan, Brendan Scott, Chris, Amy, Tracy, Monet, and I think some of the crew want to come too. Is that cool? Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
See, you thought I was joking when I said I'm taking everybody to the Matrix.
I got a whole list of people over here who want to join in.
9 o'clock in the morning, we're going. 9 a.m.
That's early. It doesn't seem like a daytime kind of movie, does it?
No, it doesn't. But I saw the first Matrix at 11 a.m.
Really?
Just because I just wandered into a matinee, and I was pretty much alone in the theater, and it actually was fine.
I just wrote an article for our website, actually. The first time I watched The Matrix, I didn't watch it in the movie theater. I watched it while I was home nursing my knee surgery. I was hopped up on Vicodin, and
not a good condition.
She took the blue pill.
Though some people think that you should watch it kind of, a little off your rocker. Anyway, let's talk Matrix now, shall we?
Yeah, sure.
In fact, we have something very cool to show you guys tonight. A rocket. Actually, this is not Matrix. I'm totally, speaking of not within my brains here, we're going to talk about a rocket competition that is unlike any other. Take a look.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Everything seems normal, right? Teams of high school students launching model rockets high into the sky. No big deal. That's the easy part, because on board these rockets is an egg. The challenge is to launch that baby 1,500 feet into the sky and bring it safely back down to Earth, uncracked, unscathed, and ready to make omelets. We're going to show you that tonight on Tech Live, right after Screensaver.
That's a challenge.
Rocketeers. It is a challenge. I don't even think I could, toss it 5 feet in the air without... Anyway.
So you could tell Lindsay and Chris and the gang, I have 5 more tickets to the Matrix showing at 9 a.m. tomorrow, and the first 5 people who are over here right now...
Call 1-888-SCREENSAVER.
No, just the first 5 people who are over here right now. I have these 5 tickets.
David, David, he's fast too. You can see him. He's like,
I smell fisticuffs.
Here he comes.
Let's see if he makes it. I'm just going to hold it. I'm just holding it. No, come get it, David. I'm holding it out here like this. I'm holding it. No, you can't. You already got one, Patrick.
Good man. Get over there, David. He's got a ticket.
No, there's no. It's funny. Then there's nobody coming over. All right.
He's gone in circles. He's tired. He can't make it.
I know how that is.
It is.
And that's just a tiny tidbit of what's coming up tonight on Tech Live right after this show.
Thanks for the fun, kids. Go, David, go.
After the break, we're going to instruct Steven on the boons and banes of GPS. But first, we got Jessica. She's got a quick web tip.
Quick web tip.
All right, you guys, it's the pits when you make tabs in Mozilla and exit the browser and then they're just like gone. Well, here's how to save them. First, you want to create the tab by pressing Control-T. And then you're going to press Shift-Control-D. And then you're going to click on this bookmark, this group of tabs. You're going to name it. You press OK, and then you're in business. Wonderful. More screensavers coming up.
Tickets! Come on! I got tickets! Wow! Let's go to Alamogordo, New Mexico, and say hello to Stephen, our next caller on the Screensavers. Hi, Stephen.
Good evening, gentlemen.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
My question is, I'm going to be taking a trip soon and actually moving, and I wanted to see if you guys could recommend a good GPS system that I can plug into a laptop.
Cool.
Okay.
Now, I showed a while ago both standalone GPS systems. We probably still have an article on that, and I really like the Garmin. And that you just put in the dashboard of your car. And then
You're
I also
talking about the street trips, the one that talks and
it talks to you. It says turn left, turn right. And then I also showed one for a pocket PC from Pharos that just plugs in. It's a plugs in the CF slot, compact flash slot, and it does a pretty good job. What are you gonna do this? Is this for driving? Is this for taking hikes in the wilderness? What are you using it for?
No, this is going to be for driving. I'm going to kind of set up a rig and a van so that I'm looking for something that will, by chance, give me audio directions so I don't really have to take my eyes off the road.
And that's exactly what I was doing. And I love the Garmin. Now, the Garmin was not cheap. It was, I think, $2,000.
Yeah, basically the Street Pilot 3 is.
That's what I used, and I love that.
What you had. Take a look at that. Now, this is a dedicated GPS. Basically, what this is going to do is sit on the dashboard of your car. It's got all the maps pretty much built into it. It talks to you. It tells you a left turn is coming up in 1/4 mile. All those happy little directions. You're also talking about spending $800 or $900 for that.
Now, is that the same as the Hertz Never Lost? No, that's not the same.
No,
the Never Lost is the
another company.
That's another company.
Yeah,
all right.
Magellan, I believe.
Magellan, that's what it is.
You got a couple of options. If you already own a notebook and somebody else is going to be in the car with you, what you can do is actually, a lot of them, what they'll do as soon as the car stops moving, you run software on the system, and you got a couple options. One, you can buy something like a handheld GPS that accepts a cable that'll connect to your PC, like the Gecko doesn't, but don't you hate when stuff disappears? There's some lower cost in a GPS 72, but you have to buy a GPS, handheld GPS, and a cable to connect it to your system. Which again, you're talking about $100 for there, maybe $140 if you get a deal with the software. DeLorme used to make one of my favorites, which they bundled their software, which have really, really good Atlas software. It allows you to do planning and create routes, and will also do some talking to you. However, they haven't quite shipped their new GPS receiver, and the cool thing about them is they had a low-cost GPS receiver designed to plug into a computer.
Oh, that's nice. Does it talk, though?
The software will talk. I'm sorry?
That may be the one I'm actually looking at. I was looking at one by DeLorme.
Yeah.
Called...
probably the EarthMate GPS receiver combined with their software. I mean, it says right here, serial cable ships in late May, PDA power pack. Hopefully it's shipping now, or hopefully it's shipping
Let's get one in and try it.
Yeah.
What do you say?
I love their I think they have the best mapping software out there.
Yeah, and I would agree with you, and I've used theirs for years. It's the best out there. And so, and GPS is pretty well understood. I'm sure they all work about right.
Well, I got an intro to GPS coming after I go to Colorado later this month. How about we do it as part of that?
All right. So stay tuned, Stephen. We'll give you a roundup on those. But that does look like a good choice, and it's a good company. We certainly can recommend them. Yeah. Okay? Thanks for the call. Stay where you are, folks. Final emails, final words, a final wrap session coming up after a quick break. So stay right here. You're not going to want to miss tomorrow's episode. Your rights to digital media being legislated away. The copyrights dying thanks to Disney. It's all a mess. Lawrence Lessig joins us to talk about it. Plus his plan for spam. The one he says, I'll quit my job if it doesn't work. We'll take you on a grand tour of iTunes, iPod, and the iTunes Music Store, the holy trinity of digital music from Apple.
Your new favorite.
I'm very happy, and I've got the new iPod to show you. It's going to be fun. And Heather Frank loves Buffy the Vampire Slayer. She's our line producer, and she's going to show us, now that Buffy's going off the air, how to get your Buffy fix from the net, all on tomorrow's television program. It's always great when Heather's on the show. A couple of quick updates. You remember Sarah Lane showed us a freeware program called Hot Bids for eBay.
Yep.
The article was not online yesterday. It is now online.
Okay.
So you can get the link.
And that has the links to it.
It has the links. And Kevin's Kazaa Lite, we had the wrong link, or a link to a Kazaa Lite that's not as good yesterday. We fixed that so that if you download Kazaa Lite, get the new one that's on the site now, the screensavers.
Better Kazaa Lite.
How much time do we have, Heather? 5 seconds.
That's it for this edition of Screensavers. I'm Patrick Norton.
I'm Leo Laporte. 5? 4. Thanks for joining us. We'd like to thank our guests, David Cohen, and all of the great callers on the show. Thank you for joining us. I'll see you tomorrow on Call for Help, 3 p.m. Eastern, and we'll be back tomorrow night for the Screensavers. Take care.